What if we could use 100% of our brain? Would we become superhumans, unlock new abilities, or is it just a myth? Let's find out. So, where did this myth about using only 10% of our brains come from? Many people mistakenly link it to me, Albert Einstein. But let me set the record straight. I never said that. In fact, the idea didn't come from any of my research or any groundbreaking scientific discovery I made. The myth likely began around the late 19th and early 20th centuries, a time when we were still trying to understand how the brain works. Psychologist William James, for example, once suggested that humans only tap into a small fraction of their mental potential, but he wasn't talking about the brain in the way this myth implies. Over time, his words were misinterpreted and applied incorrectly. In the 1930s, neuroscientist Carl Lashley conducted studies on brain function. While his research focused on how the brain adapts to damage, some of his conclusions were misunderstood. People began thinking that large parts of the brain were unused, but this wasn't the case at all. What he actually showed was the brain's incredible ability to compensate and reorganize itself. By the time the mid-20th century rolled around, the myth had really taken off, especially in popular culture. Books and movies began portraying the idea that we could unlock untapped abilities by accessing the unused 90% of our brains. But this wasn't science, it was fiction. In reality, modern neuroscience has proven that we use virtually all parts of our brain. Brain scans and research show that, even when we're not consciously aware of it, nearly every part of our brain is active. So, this myth of the 10% brain usage? It's simply not true. In fact, the complexity of the brain's functions shows that we're already using 100% of it in different ways at all times. Now let's dive into how the brain actually works, and why the idea of using only 10% is completely misleading. The brain is an incredibly complex organ, one that controls everything from our thoughts and emotions to our movements and even the very processes that keep us alive. But how does it do all of this? Let me take you through the science behind it. First, we have to understand that the brain consists of roughly 86 billion neurons, or nerve cells. These neurons are the brain's building blocks, and they communicate with each other through electrical impulses and chemical signals. When we learn something new, form a memory, or experience something, it's because these neurons are sending and receiving signals in a highly coordinated way. The brain has different regions that specialize in different functions. For instance, the occipital lobe at the back of your head processes visual information, while the temporal lobe, located on the sides, helps us process sound and language. The frontal lobe, just behind the forehead, is essential for higher-level cognitive functions like planning, decision-making, and problem-solving. But here's the thing. The idea that we only use a small fraction of our brain comes from an oversimplification of brain activity. It's not that some parts are unused. It's that we're constantly using different parts of our brain depending on the activity we're engaged in. For example, when you're reading a book, your visual cortex in the occipital lobe is working to process the text you're seeing. At the same time, the language centers in the temporal lobe are decoding the meaning of the words. If you're moving your hand, the motor cortex in the frontal lobe is sending signals to your muscles to carry out that action. Even when you're sleeping, your brain is busy organizing memories, regulating your body's functions, and maintaining critical systems like breathing and heartbeat. Moreover, modern brain imaging technologies like functional MRI, fMRI, have shown that no part of the brain is truly inactive. While different regions are more active at different times depending on the task at hand, there's no region of the brain that sits idle. It's always at work in one way or another. These scans reveal that, far from being unused, nearly every area of the brain has a role to play, whether it's conscious or unconscious. Another key point is that the brain is constantly adapting. This phenomenon is known as neuroplasticity. As we learn new skills or have new experiences, the connections between neurons strengthen or change. This means that, even in adulthood, our brains continue to grow and form new pathways. So, when you learn something new, whether it's playing an instrument or solving a difficult puzzle, you're not only engaging a part of your brain, but you're also reshaping it. Now you might wonder, why does this myth persist? Well, it likely stems from the fact that, in the past, we didn't fully understand the complexities of brain function. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, when much of the brain's functions were still mysterious, scientists could only speculate about the full extent of its potential. But thanks to modern neuroimaging and research, we now know that the brain is a highly efficient, highly active organ, and we use every part of it in some capacity. To wrap it up, the idea that we only use 10% of our brain is nothing more than a myth. Every part of your brain is engaged in some activity at some point, and its vast network of neurons and regions work together to keep you alive, think, feel, and experience the world. So, the next time someone tells you we only use a small part of our brain, you'll know better. Now, let's entertain an intriguing thought. What if we could actually unlock the full potential of our brain? Imagine if every neuron, every synapse, every brain cell was firing at full capacity. What would that look like? Could we achieve superhuman abilities? Could we tap into a higher level of intelligence, creativity, or memory? Let's explore the possibilities. The first thing to understand is that the brain is already operating at a highly efficient level. Each part of our brain has a specific function, and different regions of the brain become active based on the task at hand. It's not that we're leaving any part of the brain unused, but rather, the brain works in a highly specialized and coordinated manner to achieve optimal functioning. However, what if we could somehow enhance the efficiency and connectivity of these brain regions? Would it be possible to unlock latent mental abilities that are beyond our current comprehension? Some scientists believe that, through advancements in neuroscience and technology, we might one day be able to tap into more of our brain's potential, especially with the help of brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, and other technologies. One possibility is the use of neuroenhancement through techniques such as transcranial direct current stimulation, TDCS, or deep brain stimulation, DBS. These methods have been used in clinical settings to treat conditions like depression and Parkinson's disease, but some researchers speculate that, in the future, they might be used to enhance cognitive abilities like memory, focus, and problem-solving. Imagine having a device that could boost certain cognitive functions, allowing you to process information faster or retain more knowledge. Another exciting area of exploration is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself. When we learn new skills or form new habits, our brain creates new neural connections. If we could accelerate neuroplasticity, we might be able to enhance our learning capabilities at an unprecedented rate. We could potentially learn languages faster, solve complex problems with ease, and tap into creative reservoirs we never thought we had access to. However, there are significant challenges to consider. The brain is an incredibly delicate organ, and pushing it to its absolute limits could have unintended consequences. Our brains are not designed to function at 100% capacity all the time, and overloading them could lead to issues like burnout, mental fatigue, or even cognitive decline. It's important to remember that balance is key when it comes to brain health. And then there's the question of what using 100% of our brain even means. As I mentioned earlier, the idea that we only use 10% of our brain is a myth. We already use nearly every part of our brain, but the challenge is learning to engage different parts of it at the right time. The brain is optimized for efficiency, not for continuous all-out effort. So, the concept of using 100% might not be about firing every neuron simultaneously, but rather about finding new ways to harness the brain's capabilities in more effective and sustainable ways. Ultimately, while the idea of using 100% of our brain may sound like science fiction, it's important to remember that our brains are already extraordinary. With ongoing research and technological advances, we may one day find ways to enhance our mental abilities. But until then, the real key to unlocking our brain's potential is understanding it better, taking care of it, and learning how to engage it more effectively in our daily lives. Now, let's move from theory to practice. While the idea of unlocking 100% of our brain's potential might be a stretch, there are real, scientifically backed ways to enhance brain power. Whether you're looking to boost memory, improve focus, or sharpen problem-solving skills, here are some of the most effective methods to give your brain a natural upgrade. First and foremost, let's talk about exercise. Physical activity is one of the most powerful ways to improve brain health. It might sound counterintuitive, but getting your body moving can actually have a direct impact on your brain. Regular exercise increases blood flow to the brain, delivering more oxygen and nutrients that support cognitive function. It also promotes the growth of new neurons, a process known as neurogenesis. Studies have shown that aerobic exercises like running, cycling, and swimming can enhance memory, boost mood, and increase the size of the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for learning and memory. Next, we have the importance of sleep. You might not realize it, but sleep is essential for brain function. During deep sleep, your brain consolidates memories and clears out toxins that build up during the day. Inadequate sleep can impair focus, creativity, and decision-making abilities. It can also affect your mood, making you more prone to stress and anxiety. To boost brain power, aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. And remember, quality matters just as much as quantity. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule and creating a relaxing bedtime routine can help improve the quality of your sleep. Nutrition is another key player. What you eat directly affects your brain. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals support brain function. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon, are particularly beneficial for cognitive health. These healthy fats are the building blocks of brain cells and play a role in improving memory and learning. Berries, leafy greens, and nuts are also packed with nutrients that protect the brain from oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which can impair cognitive function over time. In addition to diet and exercise, mental stimulation is crucial for keeping your brain sharp. Just as muscles need exercise to stay strong, your brain needs constant challenges to maintain its agility. Engage in activities that push your cognitive limits. Try learning a new language, playing an instrument, solving puzzles, or even reading a challenging book. These activities not only improve memory and cognitive skills, but they also help create new neural pathways, enhancing your brain's capacity to adapt and grow. Another powerful way to boost brain power is through mindfulness and meditation. Research shows that mindfulness practices can improve focus, reduce stress, and enhance overall cognitive function. Meditation helps increase gray matter in the brain, which is responsible for processing information, making decisions, and regulating emotions. By practicing mindfulness, you can also reduce the negative impact of stress on your brain, something that can otherwise lead to cognitive decline over time. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can help improve mental clarity, concentration, and emotional well-being. Social interaction is another often overlooked way to boost brain function. Engaging in meaningful conversations, participating in group activities, or even playing social games can stimulate your brain and improve memory. Socializing helps reduce feelings of loneliness and depression, both of which can negatively affect brain health. Plus, it activates regions of the brain that are responsible for processing emotions and forming memories, which can keep your mind sharp. Lastly, managing stress is essential for brain health. Chronic stress can be toxic to the brain, particularly when it comes to memory and learning. Prolonged exposure to stress hormones like cortisol can shrink the hippocampus and impair cognitive function. By finding healthy ways to manage stress, such as through exercise, relaxation techniques, or simply taking breaks throughout the day, you can protect your brain from the harmful effects of stress and keep your mind functioning at its best. In conclusion, there is no magic formula for unlocking 100% of our brain's potential, but with the right habits and lifestyle choices, we can certainly enhance our brain power. Regular physical exercise, proper nutrition, adequate sleep, mental stimulation, mindfulness, social interaction, and stress management all play important roles in optimizing brain function. And while we may not be able to unlock hidden mental superpowers, we can certainly work towards maximizing the brain's true potential, one step at a time.
The human brain is the most complex organ in the body. It shapes our thoughts, emotions, memory, and perception of reality. But can we unlock its full potential? Modern research suggests that with the right approach, the answer is yes. One of the most powerful ways to enhance brain function is through regular physical exercise. Movement increases blood flow, oxygenating brain cells and stimulating the production of endorphins, hormones that boost mood and mental clarity. More importantly, exercise promotes neurogenesis, the growth of new neurons, which improves cognitive function and helps protect the brain from age-related decline. Proper nutrition is another key factor. The brain requires high-quality fuel to function at its best. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish and walnuts support neural health, while antioxidants from berries and dark chocolate protect brain cells from oxidative stress. Healthy fats from avocados and olive oil help optimize the transmission of nerve signals, enhancing learning and memory. Hydration plays a crucial role as well. Even mild dehydration can impair cognitive performance, slowing down mental processes. Water is essential for neural communication and maintaining focus. Sleep is the brain's ultimate reset mechanism. During deep sleep, the brain consolidates memories, processes information, and clears out toxins that accumulate throughout the day. Sleep deprivation, on the other hand, leads to cognitive decline, reduced problem-solving abilities, and increased stress levels. Speaking of stress, chronic stress can be harmful to brain function. When stress levels remain high for long periods, the body produces excess cortisol, a hormone that can shrink the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. Managing stress through meditation, breathing exercises, and physical activity helps maintain mental clarity and resilience. Beyond lifestyle habits, developing intellectual abilities is essential for unlocking the brain's full power. One proven method is deep work, immersing yourself in focused, undistracted tasks to strengthen concentration. Continuous learning also plays a critical role. Acquiring new skills, languages, or complex subjects strengthens neural pathways, making the brain more adaptable and efficient. To boost memory, active recall and spaced repetition are highly effective strategies. Testing yourself instead of passively reviewing material reinforces neural connections, improving long-term retention. Another powerful technique is daily meditation. Research shows that meditation enhances focus, self-awareness, and emotional regulation, all of which contribute to a sharper mind. But intellectual growth isn't just about studying. It also involves challenging your brain with puzzles, strategic games, and creative activities. Playing chess, solving riddles, or engaging in artistic pursuits like drawing, music, or writing activates different areas of the brain, strengthening neural connections and improving cognitive flexibility. Stepping outside your comfort zone also plays a crucial role in mental expansion. Learning new activities, whether it's a musical instrument, a sport, or craft, stimulates synaptic growth, making the brain more adaptable and capable of handling new challenges. Beyond traditional methods, cutting-edge biohacking techniques offer new ways to optimize brain function. Cold exposure, such as cold showers or ice baths, has been shown to improve focus and mental resilience. The shock of cold water activates the nervous system, increasing alertness and promoting overall brain health. Nootropics, or cognitive enhancers, are another area of interest. Some supplements, like caffeine, L-theanine, and creatine, have been shown to improve memory, concentration, and mental endurance. Brainwave entrainment through binaural beats and neurofeedback training helps synchronize brain activity, guiding the mind into optimal states for learning, creativity, and relaxation. However, brain development doesn't happen in isolation. Our social environment significantly influences cognitive abilities. Engaging in meaningful conversations stimulates critical thinking and broadens our intellectual horizons. Discussing ideas, debating concepts, and exchanging perspectives keep the brain sharp and active. Surrounding yourself with intelligent and driven individuals naturally pushes you to think deeper, analyze problems more effectively, and constantly challenge yourself to grow. And sometimes the best way to unlock creativity is to spend time in nature. Studies show that exposure to natural environments reduces stress, improves mental clarity, and enhances problem-solving abilities. So, after exploring the myth, the science, and the real ways to boost brain power, let's revisit our main question. Can we actually use 100% of our brain? The answer, based on what we now know, is no. We don't have untapped, dormant parts of our brain just waiting to be activated. But that doesn't mean our brain's potential is limited either. While we might not unlock hidden superpowers, there is still plenty we can do to maximize what we have. The brain is an incredibly complex and adaptable organ, with most of its regions working together all the time, even if we're not consciously aware of it. We use nearly every part of our brain, just not all at once. Instead of trying to unlock hidden parts, what really matters is how we optimize the brain's function through lifestyle choices, exercise, sleep, diet, mental challenges, and stress management. In the end, the idea of using 100% of our brain isn't as important as actually using the brain we have to its fullest potential. By taking care of our mental and physical well-being, we can enhance cognitive function, improve memory, and keep our minds sharp for years to come. So, while the myth that we only use 10% of our brain may persist, the truth is that our brain is already working at full capacity. It's up to us to make the most of it. Thank you for watching, and remember, the key to unlocking your brain's true potential lies in taking the right steps today. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the incredible science of our minds.